Hi, it's me, Jen, again, also known as Jedidragoon, mostly on the internet. Um, Sorry I haven't filmed in a while, but I've been busy. Kids have gone back to school, and then I thought, well, I'll start filming after they go back to school. And then there was a fiber festival down in Yellow Springs, Ohio, I went to. So, and it's the first one I ever went to, so I thought, well, I'll just wait till after that. And one thing led to another, and I'm kind of a procrastinator, so this got put off. So anyway, I'm sorry for my phone going off. I'm in a new position here. I'm trying something new. I'm I'm doing this on my iPad because I figured out yesterday after I did my short video that this loads a lot quicker than doing it on the video camera, putting it on the computer, messing around with the computer, trying to get it to work and edit, and I want quick and easy and instant results, so I'm doing it this way. I might be back at the table next week or two. Hopefully, I'm ordering a mount to mount this on my tripod. So, yeah. Anyway, so that's what's been going on with me, and you know, things happen. It's life. I'm a mother of three, so. And if you see me wiggling, it's because I'm in my computer chair. Actually, it's my husband's computer chair, but I wanted to use it. So, finished objects. I have one I can't show you. If I can figure out how to splice it into this video, I will. I can't guarantee anything because my technology level is... I used to think I was good at it. Not so much so anymore. So, yeah, I'm trying to figure out where to look at the camera. I don't think I'm succeeding very well. Sorry about this. This is me. So, I was contacted by a local yarn dyer called Arrowhead Fibers down out of Columbus. Real nice lady. And I'd volunteered at some point to ask her about knitting a gauge swatch or something if she ever needed it. She's like, yeah, I'm not at that point yet. So I'm like, okay, cool. And then Thursday I get a message from her, how fast can you knit? I'm like, I'm not sure. I knit 2 pairs of socks in a week while I was on vacation. So anyway, I agreed to knit a hat for her because she's going to go show some samples and stuff to the local yarn shop to get them to carry her yarn. And so I found out I can knit a fingering weight hat in 2 days if I push myself. Yeah, it was fun to do. Then Sunday came and my wrists were sore, but you know, I got it done in 2 days. So yeah, that's on my last video. I used the barley light hat pattern. Once I got past the ribbing, it wasn't too hard. I tried it on before I washed it, hand washed it and blocked it, and it fit great. So I'm definitely going to be making that pattern again, making one for myself. Yeah, remember how I had this named ADHD knitter? Well, if you see me rocking or swiveling, that's why. That's just how I am. So, yeah, I got that done, made that. I love the yarn. I'm hoping to order like a sweater quantity from her at some point and do a whole sweater in that yarn. We'll see how it goes. And my next two finished objects, one I'm not sure if I showed you because I really don't go back and watch my old videos. I'm too embarrassed. But yeah, so hopefully I haven't shown this to you. If I have, I'm sorry, but you get to see it again. I finished this. This is my son's sweater that I made him. It's called the My Favorite Crochet Pullover. It turned out really good. The ribbing around the neck I did looser because his head's kind of big, but I'm wishing in retrospect I hadn't done that because it kind of doesn't look that great. But I'm probably not going to go back and fix it, so it'll be fine. He likes it. He's happy with it. There's a big smile on his face if you check out my Instagram page, and you can see how happy he is with it. So, yeah. And then, since it was like 90-degree weather, he wanted to wear it. I'm like, no, you get sick when you get too hot. So, hopefully he gets to wear this soon. And if you have heard about planned pooling, this is probably what it looks like. This was totally accident. I'm not really sure what happened here. I'm assuming, from what I can tell, is my tension changed. And now I got these long stripes, which it's for a kid. He's happy with it. He's not too bothered by it. So, and as you can see, one sleeve, pretty much like I wanted, except for down here it started planned pooling. And on this sleeve, it really planned pooled. So, but that's just me pointing out mistakes. And I'm not really sure how to fix it because I wasn't switching hook sizes and I didn't really check to see what the gauge went to. But like I said, Matthew likes it. He's happy with it. It does not matter how perfectionist I am about it. So anyway, he likes that. So I'm happy he likes it and he'll be wearing this soon. And my other thing I got done, I'm pretty sure I showed you this. The start of this last video. This is a Christmas stocking. And I'm now thinking I showed this to you, but I'll talk about it again. It was the OMG sock pattern, and I just used like size 9 needles instead of the size 2 it called for. Okay, when I knit socks, I use a size 2 and it comes out to the right gauge. I knit very loosely, apparently. So, this is what happens. So, I made this for one of my kids. I don't know if it's going to Matthew or Patrick, but they loved it. It turned out great. It is really easy. Now, I just got to make one more, along with everything else I got to get done. So, that's done. That was made out of Hirschner's pastry puff. I like it. It looked pretty good. So, that's done. That took no time at all. And I have one more finished object. Give me one sec while I root around and find it, because I forget what bag I put it in. I got like a laundry basket sitting here right next to me on ottoman to help me reach stuff. So, that's how it goes here. And my other finished object is my Halloween sock. I got it done. And I used the simple stretchy bind off, which stretches really good and nice and loose. And this fits great. I've already tried it on. I could have made it a little longer here, but it works for me. With the way I knit, I get like 2 pairs of socks out of a 100-gram skein of yarn. So I don't see that as a bad thing. Except for the fact I don't think anybody else wants this color of yarn for socks. Maybe I'll make some for a friend for Christmas or something. Who knows? So, yeah. Those are my finished objects. And now I guess I'm moving on to works in progress. Actually, I have a few, but I'm also starting to institute a new rule. Something that I saw Zach Stout did on his podcast was the... mind went blank. Okay. The... only work on one project at a time, which is what I'm doing now. I'm going to work on one project at a time because I can get them done quicker than if I work on multiples. I figured that out when I did the hat in 2 days. And I have another hat in here that I started the same day. And considering I didn't work on it for 2 days, 3 days, because I started Thursday, didn't work on it Friday or Saturday. Sunday I tried to, but my wrist was still hurting too much, so I didn't do like any knitting that day. And so I started working on it again Monday, and this is Tuesday. So it's going pretty fast. I did get all the ribbing done on it on Thursday. How about I just get the hat and show you? Yeah. So anyway, like I said, I went to a yarn festival in Yellow Springs. This is called Rabbit Hole. I do it all the time. Just bear with me, please. I'm sorry. But I went to Yarn Fest. It does pertain. I went to a yarn festival in Yellow Springs, and Leadyman Fiber Arts was there, which I was really excited about. I got to meet Steve. Yeah, Steve. Andy's the one I've never seen, so, except in pictures. So that was fun, and he was working on what I called the Monster Mash sock, which, you know, green and pink. It's interesting colors. And I got a skein of his, I got 2 skeins of his box office, which is the worsted weight. And I got one for a hat, because I wanted to get, I made sure I wanted to get yarn for a hat, and I got a skein for, making a pair of gloves, which I'll show you when I get to my new acquisitions, or adding to my hoard. I like hoards. Anyway, I play World of Warcraft, but I was never on the horde side. You probably don't even need to know that, but I was a big World of Warcraft player, so I had fun with that. So whenever I hear horde, I don't immediately think of dragons. I think of orcs, trolls, all those from World of Warcraft. I really want to play that. Anyway, so this is my hat that I started from that. It's called Masquerade, and that is the best side. You can see how the colors are. They're like blue, green, brown. I'm sorry, I do not have the best lighting. I work at Walmart. But anyway, yeah. It's working out pretty nice. Like I said, I started this Thursday. I got up to here. I got up to here done. Before the lady came with the yarn. So I put this down and started working on it again yesterday on my, and I may finish this today. I don't know. I just don't want to hurt my wrist. But, so yeah, I've been working on this. That, and I also have laundry I gotta do. Because everybody in my household, they seem to want clean clothes for some reason. Which I do too, so you know. So anyway, yeah, this is the yarn this is the hat I've been working on. The second one. This one's for me because my other wool hat that I made. Okay, so years ago I made a hat for a boyfriend. And because I just started learning to knit and I was practicing learning how to knit stuff. So I wanted to do a hat and he wanted a hat. And this is one of those stories where you make something for your boyfriend and then you break up. Well, I made something for your boyfriend. We broke up before I got done. So I finished it and I made myself a 100% wool green hat. I think it's made out of Cascade yarns. And I was wearing it last year to work and now I have no idea where it is. So I need to make myself another wool hat. So this is my other wool hat. This is the regular barley pattern by Tin Can Knits. As you can see, there is no purling. There's no garter stitch in this thing. I am not doing garter stitch. I thought about it for like half a minute and then I decided I hate purling. I'm going to do straight stockinette, which I prefer over the garter stitch side. So yeah, this is just a plain beanie, in other words, but it's the barley hat pattern, which is pretty easy to change because all you do is not do the purling and just keep knitting straight. Even the decreases, you don't even have to worry about it. So it works for me. And that is in my little hedgehog bag by Fate's Thread. I like this bag. It's cute. Okay, this is like spaghetti. Okay, so that project done. And the other thing I've worked on a lot of is, hold on a minute. By the way, when I was caking this up, this is Red Heart Ombre. When I was caking this up, my cat on the floor decided to play with it. I would unstring it, drip it down on the floor, because I do not have a Swift. I have a ball winder, but no Swift. So my method of winding up yarn, not with this one, but with skeins in general, is to take my round laundry basket, overturn it, put the yarn on it like it's a Swift, and then peel it off there and wind it onto the ball winder. Hey, it works. It's cheap. I already had it. Who needs a Swift? I got a laundry basket. So anyway, yeah, this is my Red Heart Ombre. It goes from like a dark mint green to really light mint green. It's working up great. I love it. Then I can toss it in the washer and don't have to hand wash it. Which I found out with my hat that I made for Arrowhead Fibers. I found out I blocked something for the very first time. And it got even softer after I did. So I'm going to have to block more things to see if they get softer after I block them. The only downside is it took like a day to dry. so yeah, that was fun in itself. But anyway, this is, let me find out how to hold this up, because I got strings everywhere from having the sleeves on waist yarn and all that. But this is my sweater. I'm using Red Heart Ombre, so it goes from, let me look at this. It goes from this dark green all the way down to this lighter green, and then it's going, hold it up, going to darker green. So it's so far super easy, and right now it's just plain stockinette for like 17 and a half stitches, 17 and a half inches. Which, that's a lot of stockinette. It gets boring. But this is my next thing I'm going to work on and finish. Well, it's my husband has surgery for his hernia tomorrow, so I may be taking this because I know I can sit there and knit on it forever while waiting for him to get out of the doctor's office. So I may be working on this tomorrow. I want to get my socks done for Halloween, but since I only have one sock left to do, I may start working on this, get this done. Because I do not foresee this taking me that long. This is already like maybe 3 or 4 days of knitting. And I'm not even sure that's straight knitting, but yeah. So I'm going to try to get this done. See what I'm just going to get this done because I want to get this done and wear it. I want to wear it to work. They changed the dress code at Walmart, so no longer you have to wear the blue polo and khaki pants. You can wear blue jeans and whatever shirt. And I work in the tire department, and in the winter, it gets freezing cold because I live in Ohio. One thing you should know about Ohio. Okay, you've heard about Oklahoma and the winds. Where I live in Ohio is central Ohio. We are up on a plateau. We have wind all the time. So, I work at a Walmart. And I work in the tire department. I'm back behind where the front of the building is. I'm like off to the side, like right here, and here's the front of the building, and here's where I work. So, in the winter is the worst. Summer, not too bad. It's nice when you get a nice breeze in the summer. In the winter, there is nothing that blocks the wind on that side of the building. The building doesn't even block it. So you get straight cold wind all winter. And we get negative 35 degree wind chills around here. It's like heck. Everybody teases me when I come into work if I know there's going to be like negative 35 degree weather. I have on wool heavy duty socks, my winter boots, my husband's bib Carhartts. Carhartts are basically big insulated jumpsuit with a zipper. I come in with those. I come in with a scarf, a hat. I have like 3 different types of hat. Well, now 4 if I knit that one. You go from like lightweight to a little heavier to even heavier. My crocheted hat is heavier than my other ones, so I wear that. And then when it gets to be like negative, like February, January, extremely cold, I go to my big, I call it my door cap. It's like this big ear flap covered with little danglies, but it's warm, so it works. So yeah, this will be worn a lot. If I make any more, they will be worn. Of course, I can also wear this to church too, so. So, there's that rabbit hole. You now know all about Ohio weather. Pretty much. So, that's another thing I worked on. And, okay, that's my sock I worked on. And the other thing I was working on is I'm part of Jimmy Bean Wool's. I've been getting their beanie bag, big beanie bag, and crochet bag clubs. I've dropped the big beanie bag because I like it, but I don't need that many projects. And now I'm just down to the small beanie bag and small beanie bag and crochet bag. So I've been working on my Jimmy Bean's crochet beanie bag pattern, which this is started over because I was doing it too small. So I had to start over and start again. And for some reason, their gauge is up and down, not side to side. So that was a fun one because I do not do proper gauge swatching. I don't have any problems, but I don't do it properly. I cast on like the number of stitches across, do 2 or 3 rows, make sure it's wide enough. Hey, I'm good. Yeah, this I had to cast on like 3 stitches and do it upwards for 10 rows, which I did not like. But I got gauge, and now it's the right gauge. And then I got the 3rd installment of the pattern. I'm like, I'm not doing that side part because they did like a rainbow on the side, and I'm like, yeah, I'll see what happens when I get done. I'm probably not going to be doing that because this is already getting pretty big, and if by the end it's big enough, I'm going to stop and not complete the pattern, just leave it as is. Because, yeah, I did not like how, well, I think, yeah, no, I don't have it in here. Yeah, so that part of the pattern's not getting done. It's nice. I'm sure there's people who love it. It's just not my taste, so I'm just going to leave it off. It'll be fine. Trust me. I've messed with patterns before that are crochet. I don't mess with knit patterns as much because I'm not as comfortable with knitting. This is the first year I've really gotten into working on my knitting. Of course, it's the first year I've really worked on my crochet, but I'm more comfortable with crochet. I've done it longer and mastered it more. So that's another project I'm working on. And the last one that I've been working on, oh good, I grabbed the right bag. All my bags are shoved under a table because I wanted to focus. With my ADHD, if you want to focus on anything or get it done, you put it out and hide everything else. So everything else on the day that I need to get that hat done got shoved under a table because the out of sight, out of mind thing. And I had all these project bags tossed into one bag and all that, and shoved them under there, which they're still under there. They're staying there for right now. So they're all under there, and I was hoping that I didn't get my bags mixed up because otherwise you'd see the Periscope Sisters Mother's Day make-along scarf that I need to finish at some point. But this is not it. This is the one mandala skiing scarf, which it looks like it's going to be bigger than a scarf. So hopefully it turns into a shawl. But yeah, I'm working on this, and I'm using the color Troll. And right now I've started at this magenta pink. And there's another shade of pink right here that's a little bit lighter. You can't really see it on this because I probably should have turned that light off, but I thought extra light would help. It's apparently not. And then it goes down to this mint green, and then this, just started on this blue. So this is in my works in progress. I'm going to finish up at some point. I'm not sure if I'll finish it up by next podcast. I'm thinking I'm going to finish up some of the stuff that's older, that's been on the needles longer, like that Periscope Sisters, excuse me, Mother's Day make-along, a mother's gift. So I'm going to try to finish that up because I really want to get that done and wear it this winter for church. It's not any of my blue, green, or purple colors. It's actually browns, but it's looking really pretty. So I'm going to start on that as soon as I get the sock and the sweater done. And that's all my works in progress. Well, sorry, my nose dripping today, but you probably don't need to know that. Okay, I'm probably going to have something in screen because I'm going to do a little rearranging. Just hold on one sec. Try to do this so you don't actually see it. The laundry baskets that I'm rearranging and moving around. Sorry about that. Anyway, so like I said, I went to a fiber festival in Yellow Springs. This Sunday I worked. It was off. Yeah, this past Sunday I worked is the week before. So, I went to a fiber festival down in Yellow Springs. It's called the Wool Gathering. It's at a place called Young's Dairy. which around here is pretty much famous for ice cream and cheese curds. So that was a lot of fun. I didn't get to see the sheep shearing because I had one kid get sick in the car. Daddy was staying with him, and I had the other two until the other one started feeling better. So then Daddy came and got the other two, and I could go on my little yarn exploration shopping spree, which was kind of fun, actually. I am sorry, you do not need to see that. I have bad allergies in the fall, and I have allergy medicine in me, but still, my nose is running. It's fall for me. I just have bad allergies. We'll leave it at that. But anyway, so like I said, I told you I went to Lieberman Fiber Arts and got some yarn. This is the other one that I'm going to make the maize fingerless mitts out of by Tin Can Knits. Hold on a sec. Sorry about that. My husband was calling. And he works at a snack factory, so he only gets a call at certain times. And he's working over today. He usually starts at 3. He went in at 10. And he's just going to let me know the surgery got changed. And he's going to drive over there in the morning. Then I'm going to come and pick him up. So that's what's going on with that. Anyway, I've shown you this yarn. I picked this up to make the maize mitts by Tin Can Knits. It's Lieberman Fiber Arts, and it's the colorway Harvest. So I think those will be really pretty, and fingerless mitts they work good for me at work. I'll be able to wear them for a little while before it gets too cold out, but these will be pretty. Also, fingerless mitts work good because I'm also working on a novel. So, for some reason, my hands get really cold when I'm typing on the computer. So, fingerless mitts are great because I can just type and I have my hands free and they're warm and it's great. So, I picked this up at the Fiber Festival. And I also told my mother-in-law I'd make her a pair of bed socks. I'm going to be probably using Church House Mouse or something like that. It's the Turkish bed slippers, and I'm going to be using, yeah, that's the right way up, using this to make them. It's called Kettle Steps Good For You. It's, let's see what it says on back here. It's 40% superwash merino, 40% baby llama, and 20% nylon. And this was only like $10, which I thought was a really good deal. My mother-in-law about had a heart attack. Yeah, she's, she doesn't have I spend more than her. But anyway, this is really pretty colorway, and she had some pretty yarns there. But my mother-in-law likes blue, and I thought this would look really good. And I just can't. It's squishy. It's soft and squishy. And another thing that was there at the Fiber Festival is Columbus has a yarn truck that drives all over. I even saw they went to Michigan. They're called Yarn Birds. And so I had to check them out because, you know, Columbus, Yarn Bird. It's yarn. No reason, it's yarn. And I found this skein of Ancient Arts. And the colorway is Harlequin Cat. And it shows a picture of a tabby cat there. And these aren't my normal colors, but I loved them. So I plan on making me something out of it. I'm probably going to make me a pair of socks. Though, it'd also make a really nice hat or something like that. I like making socks, so it'll probably be socks. But yeah, this is really pretty color. And also while I was there, I picked up... Okay, you've seen my attempts at spinning. So while I was there, I was talking to the people who own Turtle Made Spindles, which I really love their spindles, and they were really nice and were giving me some pointers and letting me play with their spindles, which anytime you let me play with stuff and then ask questions and ask like a complete immature beginner is great, and you don't look down on me like about it. So anyway, I got I got one of their spindles, and they showed me, they said, well, pretty much all you need to do is practice more. And they're kind of showing me how to drag and draft, and that's all the stuff I needed. I need somebody to show me. Most of the time I can learn stuff out of books. Spinning, I needed somebody to show me. And also, this spindle, I love this. This is called a, oops, let me move. There, that works. So, this is called a Turkish spindle. And it pretty much comes apart. You pull this in, when you're done, you pull this part out, and these slide apart. This and this slide apart, and you have a little ball of yarn. So, I got me a Turkish spindle, and look, I've been spinning. It's getting thinner. Actually, you can see better right here. I'm starting to get more consistent and thinner yarn, so I am thrilled. I am actually starting to do this. But I'm also trying not to do like I did with yarn and have like 3 totes. And when I say totes, I do not mean the small totes. I mean the big totes. I know there's a lot of people who hoard yarn, but I feel kind of guilty. And I really want to use my yarn. I don't want to just hoard it. So, anyway. So, I've been getting a lot better at spinning yarn. So, yeah. So, I picked this up and I decided, okay, what happens when you have 3 little ones and you're in a tent full of yarn and fluffy, soft fibers? And they see roving. They're like, ooh, we want this. And I'm looking at the price tag. I'm like, no, you're not getting that. And so they found a dollar bin. I don't remember the name of the person I got it from. I don't remember much. But I remember they had a big, there are several places that had big bins just full of roving about this size for $1. And I'm like, I'm practicing spinning and I'm trying to learn what I'm doing. This is perfect. So, my one son picked out this. It's red. It's coming up pretty true to color. And my daughter got this, which this actually looks a little muted. This is not this light of green. Think neon green. She's like, I like green. She's 4. So, I got Christmas colors. I'm going to practice spinning with these, see if I can make them into yarn, and just go from there. So, I got these there also. And so, well, I could practice some spinning. I also got this. Ooh, that actually shows up. This was another one out of a dollar bin. I just thought it was neat colors. It's more my earth tone colors. So, I got this to practice spinning yarn. I also found out there's something called needle felting, which I do not want to get into, but it looks neat. So, yeah, those are all the stuff. Also at the, that's not all the stuff I got at the festival. I also got a keychain, because I collect keychains. So, I don't know why, but I like this. It's like a corset with, it's like a needle gauge. So, I thought that was pretty cool. I liked it, and $6, you know. And I also got me a little pin, my first pin I've gotten for myself. Holly on the Proper Pineapple has the other ones. And it says, I don't know if this will flip around after I go into editing and all that, but it says by Stitch Wool. It has crochet hooks and knitting needles. I thought that was kind of cute. For me, with being a knitter and a crocheter, so I like that, and I got that. That wasn't expensive, so. Alright, let's get into other stuff I've gotten. Yes, I'm trying to cut back on buying yarn, but it's not happening. So, along the lines of spinning, I was looking for, yeah, I'm trying to reach around and talk at the same time. It's not working. So, I went on Etsy and was looking for like little, just like a mixed grab bag or something like that. I love to get those. Don't know why, I just do. So, I was looking for those for spinning fleece, like a little grab bag of fleece balls, I guess. I know, they're not called balls, they're called batlings. They look like balls. So, So anyway, I found someone named Curly Burr on Etsy, and I sent her a message, and because it was more needle felting and stuff, and I was like, can I use this to practice spinning? And she's like, oh yeah, you can, sure. And I didn't think she'd remember who I was or what I asked or anything, so I went ahead and ordered it. And she talked about blending and all that. I'm like, I don't know that much about this yet, but okay, I'll take your word for it. So when I got my order, I was surprised that she actually remembered our conversation. Okay, so I ordered it like the same day, but still. She sent me a very nice letter and was showing me what all you can do with her little, let me show you what she sent me, and then I'll show you this. That would make more sense. But anyway, they're called, let me read the label, Woolly Bun Crumbs, bold and bright colors. So you get a bag like this, and I've already spun one. I don't know why I picked out orange, but I did. And they come in these little, like, I know what they look like. I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but I'm going to say what they look like. They look like really big, fuzzy rabbit turds. Only in bright colors. So it's like the Easter Bunny. Anyway, sorry about that, but that's how my mind works. I am sorry. I shouldn't be apologizing because that's how I am. But anyway, they come in these fuzzy little curly tube things. And she said you can spin them like pulling them off like Rollags, which is how I used it when I did it, which worked out really well for me. Or you can undo them, unroll them, pull them apart, and just blend them together like, let me pull one off here. Come on. And just blend them together and mix them. And yeah, she sent me all these as examples of what you could do with them, which I thought was great because they're really nice. So I'm going to be practicing more spinning. So I got those because I want something small I could practice with and see if I could do anything. And I love working with these. These are great. I'd like to order some more, actually. I'm trying to spin up what I have first. I really am, because I don't want to. My husband is pretty patient. He's pretty loving. He understands I get obsessed with things. So I'm trying to control that. But in my mind, I'm the ADD. Like, with ADD and ADHD, you're just really impulsive. And you have trouble controlling yourself. This came into effect like really badly when we were first married, because I'd want to go shopping for groceries, and he's like, what's on the list? We gotta go buy list. I'm like, that's not how I shop. I go down every aisle, and I go up down every aisle and see if there's anything we need or I want to put in the cart. He's like, no, we gotta stick to your list. And it drove me nuts for the first few years, but I've kind of come to learn he was right. Yeah, he's right about a lot of things. So I'm trying to control my yarn purchases, and I have my own money that I use for yarn. I know, it sounds weird. We're married, but we have our own accounts for stuff. Actually, this came into effect not because of my yarn buying or craft buying. It came into effect one time when we were first married. And he was so happy with himself. He's so excited. He's like, honey, I got all the bills paid. I'm like, okay. What money do we have left for groceries? Credit card? I'm like, okay. So after that, I've slowly, over the years, we've been married almost 10 years. It'll be 10 years, like, next week. Yeah, next week. October 4th, and so over years I finally like, okay, give me some money that I can have set aside for food and groceries and kids. Yeah, well, it's not as much as you need, but still. And I try to limit myself to like one yarn purchase per paycheck, and the rest goes to kids, food, because I work at Walmart, so for some reason he does all the bills and has the majority of the money, but I'm the one who gets texted, can you pick up this? Can you pick up this? Sure. And sometimes the text message is back with what? I love him, but it happens. So anyway, the other 3 skeins of yarn I got are Christmas yarn. I finally got around to getting a skein of nomadic yarns. So I got their Santa's Little Helper. It's, once again, those darker colors I love. It's gold, silver, light green, dark green, red. It's self-striping yarn, so it's going to stripe up real pretty. So those are for me. And I think I showed you these before. If I did, I'm sorry. I'm repeating myself. But I got this color from my mom, which, ooh, yeah, you can see the sparkles. See the sparkles dance? See? Yes, I'm weird, but we've established that. This is Desert Vista Dye Works in the colorway Holiday Stripes. So this is from my mom. She likes the more brighter Christmas reds and greens and whites. And I got the sparkly because I figured she has that vibrant personality that likes bright colors and sparkles and all that. And she ended up with me and Dad. Steph's more like that. Me and Dad, we're more like, that's not us. My sister's like, more! I'm like, okay. Yeah, gotta love them. And then I got this for me, which is more this is called Country Christmas. It's browns, cream, more country Christmas colors, you know, the darker Christmas colors that I like. So that's all I got. So apparently my knitting tomorrow will be at home, not at the hospital, while he has his surgery. So, which means I can get some more stuff done around the house. Yeah, it was at 7:35 or 7:34, and they moved it up to 6:30. Like, I was just like, he once was in the military, and I'm like, just pretend you're in the military again. He's like, no. He loved the military. He just did not like the getting up or staying up late or anything like that. So that's all I got. Thank you for watching me. Like I said, well, I didn't really say it, but at the start of this, I have changed the name of this from ADHD Knitter Crocheter to Jedidragoon Makes. I figured that is more appropriate since I knit and crochet, and I do spinning and other stuff. I do a lot of crafts. You might even see me get back into cross stitch. So Jedidragoon Makes feels more like me. I'm Jedidragoon. You can find me on Instagram and Ravelry. Under that, it's like Jedidragoon. So you can find me on Ravelry or Instagram under that name. I don't really have a Facebook page. I'm sorry. And I don't have a group on Facebook. I have ADHD Knitter over on Ravelry, a group there. So you can find me there too. It doesn't have a lot going on right now. There's like 2 members. But I hope you enjoyed this. I'll just keep doing this on occasion. I'm not into it as much as other people. I'm trying to be. I think the whole, maybe my camera not loading onto a computer and taking like 2 days to make a podcast had something to do with it. And I couldn't edit it. It was a pain in the butt. We'll see how it goes on the iPad. If it goes a lot smoother, you might see more. But thanks for watching the crazy person from Ohio and her knitting and crocheting and obsessions that probably more obsessions than she needs. So I'll talk to you later. Click and subscribe if you like this and share it and let other people know about this crazy person. Crazy weird gal. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.